achieved.
Hey everybody, welcome to Studio Day Heffrey, where today for you what we have is a bunch of stuff. Why I still think Earl Thomas is going to ultimately end up as a Cowboy. Jerry Jones talked about him this morning on the Cowboys flagship 105.3 The Fan, where you can hear me from 2 to 7 every day. Projected 53-man roster for the Cowboys. Who was that asked? Roy in the comments yesterday wanted a 53-man roster. Will I take a swing at it? I'll take a swing at it. Other mailbag stuff, all sorts of goodness for you today. As you can see, I'm rocking my Dallas Stars gear because they got their poo pushed in last night and they need our support. I would be wearing Rangers gear, but they don't deserve our support right now. So, what's up, everybody? Studio Day Heffrey in the building. 53-man roster projection, and this also plays into why I think Earl Thomas is going to end up being a Cowboy, but this took me about 8 minutes to do. The first 45 to 47 are super easy, and then it's just a matter of taking your guesses at what they're going to do at the end. How many offensive line, how many defensive line, how many linebackers, how many receivers, blah, 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 blah. All right, you guys ready? You ready for this? At quarterback, Dak Prescott, Andy Dalton, and the Nooch. The future of the Dallas Cowboys, Ben DiNucci. I got the Nooch on my 53. Could you get him to the practice squad? Probably. But if they give a crap about him, do you bother with the waiver process? Nah, just hold your third quarterback. He won't be active on game day, but sure, the Nooch can make the team. Running back, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, the end. Whoa, you guys are not going to like that. Both TCU guys, Rico Dowdle. There's a reason for me saying just 2 running back names, and that reason is I think you could get everybody else to the practice squad, no problem. I don't think either of your TCU kids or Rico Dowdle is going to get claimed when they go through waivers, when you cut down day to 53. So then if you want to bring one back and make him your 54th or 55th one week, whatever, if you want to get him to the practice squad, I don't think it'll be a problem to get any of those non-Zeke or Pollard running backs to the practice squad. So just roll with 2. Ooh, that's big stones right there. Wide receiver, Mari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Cedric Wilson, Noah Brown, Ventel Bryant. Let's see how Ventel Bryant's feeling physically after the injury he had in the scrimmage. But I like that. I got no problem with that group. Bryant was one of the guys I got to add late. So was Ben DiNucci. Because first I just went through and went, okay, who are the guys that they're absolutely going to keep? And once I had those 46 or 47, it was like, all right, now let's start just dropping some names in on the end here. Tight end, Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz, Blake Bell. Another reason why I only had to keep 2 running backs. If you want to play a fullback, just put Schultz or Bell back there. You don't have to keep a dude designated for your fullback plays, so let your tight ends do it. McCarthy's down with that. Offensive line, Tyron Smith, Connor Williams, Joe Looney, Zach Martin, Lyle Collins. Those are your 5 starters. And backing them up, I'm keeping Tyler Biadasz, your 4th-round pick. I'm keeping Connor McGovern. I'm keeping Cam Irving, your swing tackle. I'm keeping Brandon Knight, your other swing tackle. And I'm keeping Adam Redmond, your other swing guard center man. That's 10. Do you need 10? Will they keep 10? I don't know. But again, there's really 47 names that you put down that you go, that's their team. And then you say, all right, which guys would you like to hang on to just in case? Defensive line, Everson Griffin, Dontari Poe, Tyrone Crawford, Tank Lawrence. There's your starters. Aldon Smith, Bradley Anai, Antoine Woods, Neville Gallimore, Tristan Hill, Dorrance Armstrong. If you wanted to keep another one, you could, because, again, there's 3 or 4 position groups here where if you wanted to say, well, I don't necessarily need that guy, you could take out an offensive lineman. You could take out a wide receiver. You could take out a linebacker. There's spots you could take if you wanted to keep one more D lineman, whether that's Joe Jackson or Rondell Carter or whoever you like. If you wanted to keep another defensive end, you absolutely can. But for now, I'll go with those 10 defensive linemen. Linebacker, Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith, Sean Lee, Joe Thomas, Francis Bernard, Luke Gifford. I also wrote down Justin March's name. He would be 7, but then I put a 6 next to it. So let me see if I cut Justin March or not. 3 and 6 is 9, and 4 is 13, and 6 is 19, and 10 is 29, 39, 42, 48, 49, 50, 53. Justin March is cut. Goodbye. 6 linebackers. Safety. And by the way, that's the exercise. So I had one too many, right? You cut Justin March, or you cut Adam Redmond or Brandon Knight, or you cut Ventel Bryant, or you cut the Nooch. That's where you're at. Safety. Xavier Woods. I don't know anybody in Italy, Texas, but they're calling me. CD's barking. I got the Roomba going. What a great day. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully it's the mailman. I'm out of Spark. I ordered some. Should be here soon. Oh, I got text messages, too. I should probably do this after I'm done, huh? Where was I? I did the linebackers. Safety. Xavier Woods, Darian Thompson, Donovan Wilson, Clinton Dix. Shout out to my guy Luther Kirk, the undrafted fella. I'm hoping that he could find a way to make the team, but I don't know how to do it with the math. Cornerback, Chidobe Awuzie, Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown, Trayvon Diggs, Daryl Worley, Reggie Robinson II. You could include C.J. Goodwin for special teams purposes and chop off a different name in here if you wanted to, but that's what I'm going with. And then Greg Zuerlein is your kicker, Chris Jones is your punter, and LP Ladouceur is your deep snapper. Now, why does this all make sense that Earl Thomas comes here? Well, one, because you have one good safety, Xavier Woods, and they're talking about running all their different corners over there. And you know what? Here's a by the way about the by the way. Here's an aside to the by the way. If Trayvon Diggs has been really good since Cheeto got hurt, intercepting a pass in practice, and Cheeto's going to be back and ready to play, and you want to play Cheeto at safety, I don't mind. We talk about how safety is more important than the NFL seems to think it is. It's become a position that's become more and more important. I don't mind playing guys that are cover guys. If you wanted to tell me, hey, the Cowboys are going to line up with Xavier Woods and Cheeto and with Trayvon Diggs, Anthony Brown, and Jordan Lewis, cool. Coverage is more important than run defense. If you're going to err on the side of coverage, especially with your secondary guys, let's go. I don't mind. Play Cheeto over there. Play Reggie. Oh, I'm sorry. I listed Reggie Robinson at corner, which is cheating because he's actually officially been moved to safety. So let me bump him over here. He's now over here, and if you wanted, you could keep Goodwin, but now that's 5 and 5 instead of 6 and 4. But whatever. They're saying their DBs do all DB things, and that's the way it works. But there's a roster spot here for Earl Thomas, and it ain't hard to find. He can have Adam Redmond's roster spot, Brandon Knight's roster spot, Ventel Bryant's roster spot, the Nooch's roster spot, Daryl Worley's roster spot if you wanted to, Clinton Dix roster spot if you wanted to, Reggie Robinson's roster spot, Darian Thompson's roster spot, even Donovan Wilson, but I'd prefer to hang on to him. The roster spot's here for Earl Thomas. So let this team cut down to 53. And then Jerry, by the way, I don't know if you guys didn't hear Jerry today. I don't know how many times I'm doing by the way. Why can't I just stay on the dang path of whatever I'm talking about? Because I can't. Did you hear Jerry today? He said, let me make sure I get my wording right. He said it would be misleading to say that the Cowboys haven't talked about Earl Thomas. And it would be misleading to say that they have talked about Earl Thomas, which I don't know if he knows this. That's not possible to be true. You can't have talked about him and not have talked about him. So Jerry's on this real weird kick the last few weeks where he's trying to make sure everybody knows that he's still in charge. But that was just a real weird quote about Earl Thomas. But my gut is that he still ends up here because Jerry gets a wild hair after they cut down to 53, and he's like, look, our safeties aren't good enough. Here comes Earl. And as long as the deal has pretty much no guaranteed money, whatever. But that's your 53-man roster. 3 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 3 tight ends, 10 offensive linemen, 10 defensive linemen, 6 linebackers, 5 safeties, 5 corners, 3 specialists. The end. Tear me up in the comments. Tear me up. Tell me where I screwed it up. I know. All you guys want a TCU running back on the team. He'll get to the practice squad. Don't worry about it. Now, mailbag stuff. Kenneth Lott. I swear, I do not intentionally go find these questions. These questions find me. I don't mean to insult any Cowboy players. It's just what I get asked about, and I can't lie to people, okay? He says, why is there no light in here? I bought a light, one of the round ones. It's like, bah! And you said I haven't set it up, though. It's still in the box. Kenneth said, if Zeke's lost for the season, what would the offense look like? The exact same. Sorry. Nothing would change. Whoever played running back for him would probably break more big runs, but would also take more no gains and losses because has a great feel and he's a good finisher, and whoever else was in would have less of that but more explosiveness. Wouldn't change. He plays running back. Okay. And that's mean. I don't mean to say that. You would likely be worse at running back a little bit. I say likely because last year Pollard was incredible, but could he, if asked to be the guy carrying the ball on 2nd and goal and 3rd and 1, could he still be a 5.3 yards per carry guy? I don't know, but he offers you more big plays, but he'd also offer you probably more small plays and loss of yard plays. But not a big deal. Zeke is a very good player. Zeke is a very good player. Zeke is a very good player. No running back ruins your season. Choppin' Broccoli. I like that name. With all the secrecy McCarthy's put in place to make sure other teams can't scout via the media, and with other teams employing dudes to monitor other teams' social media posts, doesn't it give us a pretty big advantage against the Rams in week 1 with them being on Hard Knocks? You can learn a lot about a team from watching Hard Knocks. A lot more than you can from beat writers' Twitter posts. Yeah, and they're returning their offensive scheme and their coaching staff, so you can prepare for the Rams. I think it's harder for the Rams to prepare for the Cowboys than it is the Cowboys to prepare for the Rams. I also think the Cowboys have a better team than the Rams, so they should win week 1. Otherwise, I'll quit on the entire season. We handled Roy there. He said maybe do a position group by position group roster projection. Joshua, 19%er. That's people who are signed up for the notifications at youtube.com/JeffCapital. Love you. Since Logan isn't an option, any free agents worth signing? Yeah, how about that? That's a dated video. I made a video saying the Cowboys should sign Logan Ryan instead of Earl Thomas, and then Logan Ryan got overpaid like 5 hours later. That'll kill your views. Yeah, sign Earl Thomas. 1 year, $8 million. Base salary is league minimum, and you get a roster bonus every week that you're active of $400,000, give or take. So you have no guaranteed money. Sign Earl. Mike, do we have a secondary that allows us to get far into the postseason? Your secondary is going to depend on your pass rush is what's going to happen. But Everson Griffin, Alden Smith, and Tank Lawrence, that's something that is looking real good. I'm still going to be at the point where I'm going to pump the brakes on Alden Smith until I see like 6 weeks of him dominate the NFL, just because being out of the league so long is tough. But Everson Griffin's a stud. Tank Lawrence is a stud. I think you're going to be able to get after the passer, and that's going to have to be the strength of your defense. I would rather the strength of my defense be coverage, but I like the way the Cowboys are going to be able to get after the quarterback. And I like the fact that they have enough names at corner to make you feel like if somebody's not getting the job done, just take them out. Put somebody else in and see what happens. I don't expect this to be a great defense, but they can be good enough, and it'll all start with Tank, Griffin, Alden Smith, Don Terry Poe, linebacker play. That'll determine how your defense is. The secondary is going to be your weak link. How well can they play? That's it. Leave in the comments what you want to talk about tomorrow. I appreciate you guys checking me out today. 1053thefan.com, youtube.com/Jeff Kavanaugh, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Is there anything else I wanted to do today? I'm just mad at the Texas Rangers and the Stars, really. What are you doing, Bonus? Ben Bishop, you said he wasn't fit to play at like 1 o'clock, and then come 8 o'clock, he's your starting goalie, and he allows 4 goals in 2 seconds. All right, got that out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Leave in the comments what you want to talk about tomorrow. I need you for content. I need you. Shout out to my Tinas, my 19%ers. Love you. Bye. Who's still here at 15:54?